My baseball coach, Carl Rhodes, explained the rat line to me, but it's one thing to be described the rat line. It is definitely a different thing when you show up and you enter barracks and you are introduced to cadre. It becomes real quick.
I look forward to watching you grow and develop.
As I returned as commandant, I definitely was looking to see the expressions on kids' faces as they met their cadre. Once that event occurred, it brought the flashbacks of my own memory of the first cadre member I met. The lineage of VMI and what that first contact with your first experience in the rat line rang true this August as it did for me in August 1986. The Corps is always in a state of evolution, and we will acknowledge even from our days in barracks, regardless of the year you graduated, the Corps is in perpetual change. While it is radically different in the 21st century, the experiences, the values, and the principles that the modern Corps is aligned to is largely unchanged from my time in barracks. What I've brought to the Corps, if you will, in terms of my own beliefs and actions and leadership is I want to give them a level of empowerment that allows them to drive towards failure. And what I tell them is what I expected out of my junior officers when I assumed senior leadership roles within the Air Force is I need you to be empowered to make decisions, and even if that's a decision to failure. I'd rather you have confidence to lead and not be scared to fail. And so that's an emphasis area that we've had with the Corps. The Corps leading the Corps truly means that they need to make decisions. I won't let them drive towards putting somebody at jeopardy where their safety is at risk, but that does not mean that I won't sit back and let them fail, because failure is the most relevant learning experience in life. When you fail, you're more apt to not repeat that mistake in the future. So that's been an emphasis area.
Ready, go!
Improvement within trying to align all the physical activity that is done at VMI within the space of trying to ensure that our cadets leave here physically fit. We're aligning some accountability to cadet leaders in that process, as well as we're going to institute some incentives for doing well in the physical program, as well as sanctions for not doing well. It is a three-legged stool at VMI. So to not give it the same level of emphasis that we do academics and or the military discipline is not suiting the needs of the school. I think when you provide kids the standards and you are leaning towards making the standards applicable to all and you're consistent in your application of standards, kids rise to the occasion. That's been my experience in life as a leader, and I think I will see the same thing amongst the Corps here. Once we establish those standards, they will lean in and achieve those standards.
Pass and review.
I wouldn't show up to work every day if I didn't think this place had a mission of noble value, and that's producing leaders. On any given day, there are over 1,000 potential leaders that I get to interact with, and I wake up positive each day because there's a lot more good that happens in that development each day than people having setbacks. I am very optimistic that what we produce today is one, needed, two, valued, and three, vitally important to the strength of our state and our nation.